Hello dear friends, and welcome to my channel. In today's video, let's talk about choices and actions, the beautiful energy dynamics and how things work. So in this process, you have the freedom to choose. Since we are here, at this stage, let's talk about the real choices, the real hard choices. Choosing to be yourself, choosing to be with yourself, choosing to allow the love of yourself to flow through, to come through, to dance with you. Choosing to live in a beautiful, graceful life. Big choices, not with details. The details take care of themselves. But, it's very important to look at what comes afterwards. One beautiful thing is many times after you make a choice, of course, that wave of energy, vibration, wave of light, however you want to feel it and see it, that wave just goes, but it is a wave. It goes in all of you, inside and outside, in all of your creation and all of what you are here, and brings up everything that is opposing that. For example, let's say that you choose to be at peace, you choose to enjoy life. That wave just goes through your heart and brings up all the stories that are opposing that. And now it's your choice, because see, part of you wants to go beyond and made the choice, a beautiful heartfelt choice. But then part of you, the one that usually is the old one, the one that you've been playing with for a long time, many times that is the default of the human. Maybe it's a little bit dramatic, maybe it's a little bit more dramatic, maybe it's used to lack, maybe it's used to drama, maybe, fill in the blanks. We've had so many experiences. We have some stories there, stored very nicely. But anyways, so this wave goes, brings up everything to the surface, and now you have a choice. And this choice is more action-based. When a trauma comes up, you have the choice to ignore it. I don't have time now for you, even though you called it. Very beautiful dynamic. Yeah, just feel into it. You have the choice to take time and breathe with yourself, create a safe space and allow the transformation to take place. And after that, of course, really allowing the integration to take place in presence, in all that you are. You can even choose to fight with it. You can choose to think about it. You can choose to process it. You can choose to blame others for it. It's your choice. But that also determines what happens next. Because I met so many clients and so many friends, I made a choice. Why isn't it happening? Well, are your actions supporting that choice, or are they actually against that choice, or anything in between? When, I don't know, it's a silly example, but it applies so many times. You choose to live in grace, to live in abundance, and then you go shopping. Do you go shopping and your best friend is a nagging voice that says that money is limited? Whatever you choose on the shelf is a co-creation between you and that voice. I won't get the best thing, I will get the lowest thing because it's cheaper. And it's not about fighting it, it's not about ignoring it, very important. Just take some time, it's there, allow the transformation, don't force the transformation, don't kick the transformation, don't kick the aspect, don't fight with the aspect, actually don't do anything with the aspect. Acknowledge it is there and then create a safe space and allow the transformation to take place. Or do anything you want, I'm just giving suggestions from my experience. Again, very important, no guilt, no shame. You can do anything you want. You can fight with it. But when you understand that you have this freedom to do anything that you want, then it's easier to see all the potentials. And yes, maybe sometimes you want to fight with it for the joy of it. Maybe sometimes you want to fight with it because that is your default and you don't want to make the shift now. And it's okay. Nobody will judge you. Nobody has the right to do that. Nobody will do that except you, of course. But actually, when you start judging yourself because you're fighting, it's a very interesting dynamic. I will not call it silly, but it is an. Sometimes it depends on the perspective. Sometimes it's innocent, sometimes it's silly, sometimes it's funny, sometimes it's dramatic. It depends how you want to view it. But when you feel that you are free to do whatever you want, of course, after the initial state of this is too much freedom, I don't know if I can handle it. After that initial state, then you see that it's just a playground. You can take a break once in a while. You can go into deep wisdom once in a while. You can do whatever you want, once in a while or permanently. Doesn't matter. But feel into this. I know I'm digressing a little bit, but it's very important. A life with no judgment. No more carrying the guilt that you've been carrying for a long time. I'm supposed to be spiritual. And I'm not, of course. You can't be all the time. Why would you be all the time? I'm not a good person all the time. Whatever, everybody carries their own cross, let's say. You don't have to. And actually, when you let it go, you really, really, really realize that life is just an experience. And then when you start to love yourself and go beyond duality, then you see at a deeper level that it's not right or wrong. And you don't need guilt to guide you in life. You don't need the lessons in the mind to guide you in life. It's a life without thinking. And that is a very different experience than anything the human has experienced up until that point. But anyways, let's get back to shopping. How are your actions? Are your actions supporting it? And again, no guilt. You can do whatever you want. And that means that you can also choose out of joy, not out of guilt. Again, freedom to do whatever you want, but let's talk about the higher potentials. Choosing from your heart to love yourself and to give yourself the best in life. Wouldn't that be peace of heart and peace of mind? Taking some time to allow the deep transformation to take place, and then when you go shopping, not only you will get the best for you, but you will be in a very interesting flow, and whatever you choose, it will be there to serve you in the best way possible. With no thinking, just a smile on your silly little face. Silly because you're free to be whatever you want, why not silly? Or grumpy. You can be whatever you want. But I invite you to take a deep breath. Yes, I'm rambling here a little bit, but feel into freedom. Life is not meant to be serious, it's just an experience. And you have the freedom to take it seriously or to take it joyfully. You have the freedom to smile just because you can. You have the freedom to encounter each and every person, which is actually your life, your energy, your creation, with a smile. It's one thing to think that it is all your energy, and it's another thing to actually start living it, to feel it, to be home, and to allow yourself to go beyond the stories. Like I was saying, How do you go shopping? How do you walk on the street? What is your best friend accompanying you? Is your best friend the mind thinking again continuously all the time? It's your life. You can allow a transformation to take place and go beyond that. You can always choose your best friend to be sensuality when you walk on the street. Yes, sometimes it might be a little bit overwhelming, especially in the beginning, but you have the deep breath, you have the presence, and then everything will just balance into a new way, not the way you think, not the way you have experienced before, but it's a new way, and then it's again in a new way, and then in a new way. Just like with realizations, a new one, and a new one, and a new one, and deeper, more expansive. There's no end to anything. Why would there be? So take another deep breath. Who are your friends? When you choose freedom, a deep wound comes to the surface. Maybe a wound of being abused. Maybe a wound of not trusting yourself. Who do you choose your best friend to be with you? Who is it there with you? But who do you choose? Is your best friend doubt? Well, you can always choose it differently. You can always invite your wisdom to be your best friend. You can always invite your presence to be your best friend. Nothing is set in stone. Even if you have done this for a few lifetimes in a certain way, you can always take responsibility that it is your life. And with a smile on your face and with joy in your heart, just step into a new iteration of yourself. That's freedom. Never stuck in a story. Going beyond choosing from guilt, from right and wrong, but choosing from freedom. And like with everything else, the more you put your consciousness in this, the easier it gets and the more interesting it gets. Feel into freedom. Your freedom, the gift that only you can give yourself. You can also choose to wait for somebody else to give it to you. And it's a choice, it's an experience of always waiting for it to come from the outside. I don't think it can come down from the outside, and then it'd be very weird. It is all within. And the more you allow, the more you let go of expectations and thinking of how it should be, the more you discover your own flow. And in your flow, it's trying to put it into words. It's like fitting the whole universe into a drop of water. In your own flow with something that is beyond anything you thought you wanted. Because it's one thing to want yourself when you still believe in separation. It's another thing to be with yourself just because you are. That is again another very important point. The manifestation of what you chose. It's not going to be what you thought it was. When you choose freedom and your heart is full of wounds and aspects, it's a beautiful choice. Don't get me wrong, it's a start. That's where everybody starts from. But the actual experience of it, it's a whole different thing. I heard this metaphor. I don't remember exactly where I heard it from, but it was very beautiful. It's like you are underwater and trying to see the stars in the sky. It's distorted. It might be beautiful, and that's where you want to go. It's amazing, it's inspiring. But when you are among the stars, not even on Earth, among the stars is a very different perspective and a different feeling and a different experience. So breathe. Go beyond my words. Feed into what I'm shining here, into the space that we are all creating, into the potentials of what can be, of what's already here, but also what can be in your own life. There's no limit to anything. You can be whatever you choose to be. And only you can choose your best friends. With that, I am Master B. See you next time.